very excited to be here for the Shark Tank Ideas Pitch Competition. This is the virtual edition. Of course, we're all working from home nowadays, so we're delivering this event to you virtually. This edition is designed for our students to share creative ideas and social innovations. Individuals or teams can compete in the competition by delivering a pitch to a team of distinguished judges. Students pitch a product or service that explores innovative approaches to answering pressing sustainability and societal needs. The Spring and Summer 2020 competition is a platform for current HCC students to share their creative ideas and social innovations. The goal of this pitch competition is to provide financial and institutional support for our students who want to make an impact on the world. HCC is eager to harness the creativity and the passion of Houston's student body to catalyze changes. So let's get on with the show. I think we've got some introductions to make, and we can go along and do that now. Of course, here's a list of all of our pitches that we'll hear from today and the students. But first, we want to introduce our some panelists here, especially the committee that's joining us today. And our committee and team, Dr. Angela Anderson, Professor of Speech and Communications. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How about that?
Good to see you. And Dr. Danielle Stagg, Faculty Division Chair, Speech and Communications. Good to see you again. Mr. Ravi Brahmbhatt, Director of Student Innovation and Entrepreneurship. Good afternoon, Ravi.
Good afternoon, Todd.
Ms. Ruth Salisbury, Professor of Speech and Communications. Good afternoon to you.
Hello, Todd. Welcome, everyone.
And I believe the man behind the scenes, Kyle Cooper, Executive Director of Cybersecurity and Networking. Good to see you, Kyle. And Mr. Richard Kabarak, Unified Communications Engineer. Thanks to you all for being here and helping us this afternoon. Let's meet our judges for the afternoon. And of course, right now, a lady I know very well, she runs just about every day, Dr. Amy Tan, the Dean of English and Communications for Houston Community College. Great to see you.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm very excited to be a judge in this event.
Good to have you. Mr. Arian Potts, a banker from Trust Bank, formerly BB&T. Thank you for joining us this afternoon, sir. And Miss Jeannie Perdue, a board member of Houston Community College Foundation. Good to have you with us.
Hi, everybody. May the best idea win.
And of course, I'd like to introduce Dr. Maya Dernovo, our Chief Entrepreneurial Officer from Houston Community College. Good afternoon, Dr. Dernovo.
Hi there. Excited to be here. Thank you.
Good to have you. And finally, our judge, Mr. Will Hubbard, owner of Willpower Total Fitness. Good to see you, Will.
Good morning, Todd.
All right, so let's move on to the next item of subject here. Of course, this is how our students will be scored today. So keep this in mind. The criteria are based on solving the societal need that has high impact and affects many. Sustainable, eco-friendly, or green create value or fills a gap, and can be prototype, tested, or validated. You can look at the social impact, economic impact, environmental impact, completeness and delivery, and of course, originality, completeness of the idea. Those are the judges' bonus points. Let's move on to the next point, and we'll just about get this underway. Now, once again, I look at our finalists. These are the ones who'll be pitching for us now. And Robbie, are we ready for the first pitch to get started?
Yes, Louisa, if you're ready, we're going to pass the presenter ball to you and get you going. Richard, go ahead and pass to Louisa, please.
All right, Louisa, when you're ready, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start your pitch.
Okay, hi guys. Can you see me? Okay,
Yes.
How can I share my, you want me to share my screen, right? How do I do that? I know we went through it. Hold on, share content.
Wait.
So, okay, okay.
There you go.
Can you see me and you can share, and you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. Wonderful. Okay, so I'm Luisa Nadaraja. I am a fashion designer and I focus on sustainable and eco-friendly designs. And my brand is called Luisa Nadaraja. I have a website and I've been, I guess you could say, selling since 2016. And this I'm presenting you today is called the Shield Collection. So pretty much, when does fashion have anything to do with saving, you know, in the medical industry and saving humanity or saving, you know, us from preventing us from getting the virus? I don't think it's ever happened before, but pretty much all these designers out there are coming up with beautiful concepts of masks. And the one I created was because I want my brand to always sell eco-friendly and sustainable products. So instead of having a mask that you throw away because when COVID is done, you don't no longer need it for anything else but a mask, well, I created a mask that turns into a headband. Oh yeah, so you saw me right now, it had a headband. So it turns into a headband. You can use it, you know, like so, as a mask, turns into a headband. You can put it on a hat. So you're going somewhere, you have a hat, it's a decoration. So it's more than a mask. And I actually want to call it a multi-mask because it has multi-purposes. It's a very simple concept, but it has a meaning behind it that it won't end up in landfills once COVID ends. And since this mask have been selling really well, I actually sold over 200 of them at about the price that I sell it for is $30. These kinds are $30. There's a less expensive one. Since it sold really well, then I decided to make a face shield. So the face shield is a face shield that you can, I don't know if you can hear me, but you can attach it like so, and then it turns into, well, I'm not gonna get up, but it turns into a fanny pack. It has a zipper, and you can put anything in it and tie it in around your waist. Tie it around your waist, and there you go, fanny pack. So everything that I create has to have a second life, a second meaning, and the fanny pack is also in the testing mode. Crunchy, it has the matching pant. So it's like, it's actually a whole, it's the same fabric of the pants, same fabric of the scrunchie. It's a whole collection. It's not just one item that I'm selling, but I'm selling people the whole like collection. The solution, so I already explained, it's the multi-purpose mask that has been proven to sell really well, especially obviously for a woman. Some men buy it as well. And the fanny face shield men's cap. The fanny face shield is the one for women, and the men's cap face shield. Those are two in the testing process right now. Key metrics, average price, like I said, $20 to $30. Fanny face shield for $50 and the cap face shield for $40. These are my cost. So pretty much in the materials, we buy them from Peru, the fabrics. These, I buy them from Guatemala. Some I buy from Mexico. So they're pretty much South American. The website costs $150 a year. Marketing and photography, professional pictures, we always need as well, especially for the site to become a professional, about $500 a year. Pop-up venue rental, I normally pay $100 or $150 per pop-up venue rental, and I host about 4 of them a year. But now I'm doing virtual, and the virtual has worked really well. I actually had one yesterday, and
That's 5 minutes.
Okay. And then unfair advantage, there's not much competition because most masks are only masks. Mine are not. Mine are more than that. That's my internet website and Instagram. And these are my happy clients that have purchased my mask and that have great reviews. Thank you.
All right, judges, this is your opportunity to share your feedback and ask questions.
I have a question. what is your margin on these items? What is your profitable margin on these items?
Okay, that's a very good question. I right now I make the masks myself from home. I have a home studio. So right now, the way it is right now, I probably would say about 80%, 85% margin of the mask. If I were to mass produce them and make them elsewhere, which I am in the process of thinking, then I'd make a little bit less because I would have to pay the manufacturer, but the margins are extremely well.
All right, do we have any other judges with questions or feedback?
Hi, this is Amy Tan, and I'd just like to say that I think it's really smart how you have made this a versatile product. So that is obviously a product that is in demand right now, but that, you know, people, you know, they don't feel like they're investing in something that might be a short-term fashion item. It will be something that they can continue to use after the COVID pandemic has eased. So I think that was I think that is an excellent feature of your product.
Thank you. Yeah, I want to always think of sustainability. I'm an eco-friendly line, and that's my niche, and that's my mission.
I have another question. Have you tried washing them multiple times and see how they hold up?
Yes, so that's a very good question. The fabric is actually this fabric is more delicate than this fabric. This you can throw it in the wash 100 times and it's super proven because it's synthetic as well. This is a little bit more tricky. I would say this would live 100 washes in the wash, but if you hand wash it, 300 washes hand wash. They're easy to hand wash. They're little.
All
Do we
right.
have other questions?
All right, so Dozy, you're number 2, ready to go. I'm going to pass the presenter ball to you as well.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, Desi. All right, Desi, I'm going to give you a 5-second count off, and then when you're ready, begin. Your 5 minutes will start. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time.
Good morning, everyone. I want to thank Mr. Duplantis for such a great introduction. And I want to quickly share with you my idea. Let me get my slide up here. My idea is something that's fairly new. It's based around creating an app that allows the community to engage in something that will help all ages. So it's an instrument rental app, and it allows trusted hosts to come into one marketplace, and they're allowed to share their content, and it produces faster results, and it focuses more on what is in the marketplace. So for example, if you want to rent a piano from Sally that lives 5 miles from your house, you can engage with Sally on this app and you'll see her contents, and this platform allows each trusted host to kind of create a good buyer persona for their consumer. So the context of their web page, of their page, or of their profile will fit whatever consumer they're trying to reach in their area. This next slide. Yes, so my next slide kind of talks about how it'll provide better solutions, and it's very flexible right now, especially during this time of uncertainty. We'll have a platform where people can communicate and grow, so that they'll be able to exchange instruments and just have a safe environment to kind of communicate their ideas and communicate their needs to one another. Here, yes, it's very fast and accessible. Nowadays, many people have access to online content, so this app will be available to all types of smartphone users, and the collection will be of high quality instruments, and they'll be locally available to each consumer, which will allocate a stress-free shopping experience. Also, someone might be asking, well, what if someone damages my instrument and and that's all I have? Well, we'll have liability coverage, and it'll be general liability to cover any slip and fall claims as well as any damages on invested instruments, because we wouldn't want someone to walk away with a bad experience. We would want everyone to have the best experience. Everyone, regardless of their race or regardless of their gender. You want everyone to have a great experience. You don't want anyone to leave with a bad taste in their mouth. This insurance plan also covers any defects that might have happened. So we just want to make it easy and accessible to everyone. So this app, as it grows, it'll have more accessories. It'll have maybe some video content, so that all these claims can be backed by good evidence. So next slide. I just want everyone to understand that it'll be possible to rent.
1 minute.
You'll be able to rent whenever and play now. So that's basically telling you that you'll have a hassle-free exchange, and it's made easy right from your smartphone that you use every day. I want to skip over to, yes. So now that COVID-19 has set in, I think it'll be very, 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 very serious that everyone conduct themselves in a clean manner. I would like to push for the agenda of wearing face masks during these exchanges, and social distancing will be observed during personal exchanges, and we will hope to bring everyone together safely with our app. And I just want to say thank you to all of our judges, and thank you to all of our faculty and staff that have made this possible. I'm just excited to be a part of this, and I hope that as I go forward, that this competition keeps on bringing people together. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Dozy. Do we have any questions from the judges?
I have a question. I wanted to know if you are going to sanitize these instruments before distributing them to the people who are renting them.
Yes, ma'am. So I would like to implement some safety precautions for now, especially now because of COVID-19. So these instruments will be sanitized. Generally, whenever instruments are rented, they are always sanitized on the insides of the instrument and on the outside. It depends on what kind of instrument it is, but we will be using materials that are safe to cleanse all of these instruments, and monitor this as the people exchange their instruments. So it'll be something that's very dear to us. Thank you for that question.
Can you explain how you're going to deliver these instruments? I'm assuming you're delivering them, right?
So this is the thing with this app. Someone like Sally down the street may have a piano that she would want to rent to someone, and she herself will be able to get her instrument over to Tom, who lives 2 miles from her, and they can make this exchange, but within the app, all of the different types of communication will be already made, so that when they want to do this exchange, it'll be safe and easy. So it won't be coming from like a warehouse or something like that.
Oh, okay.
It's empowering the community to kind of interact with one another,
Oh,
especially at
got
a
it.
time like this.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for that question.
Thank you.
Any other questions from our?
Todd, I have a question. This is Amy Tan. So have you already investigated the insurance coverage? I mean, is that something that you already have in the works or that you'd like to offer?
That's something that I would definitely like to offer, and I have done some research on it because I myself, I've rented equipment from local stores, and the insurance plan is something that it kind of gives the customer something to kind of walk away with, ensuring them that if there's any damages or anything like that, that it's covered. So the insurance plan is something I've looked into. I've looked into like something that'll cover for slip and fall damages. I'd like to do some more research so I can get good numbers on those things, but that's definitely something that will be implemented. But I'm very open to different types of plans. Thank you for that question, Miss Tan.
All right. Any other questions for Dozy? All right. Well, Dozy, thank you very much for your presentation. Ravi, do you want to move to the next contestant?
All right, Tanisha, you are up. You've got the presenter access.
All right, Kanisha, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, your time starts. You need to unmute, honey. Unmute. Okay.
Okay. Can I just start over, please?
Yes, absolutely. Resetting time now.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Kanisha Friend. I'm a student at HCC studying nursing, and I'm also the creator of Air Bloom Birth Boxes. This is a box that is full of curated items specifically for recovering new moms that is doula, nurse, and mommy recommended. All items in the box were hand-selected to address the common concerns new moms have during pregnancy, prenatal, and postpartum after delivery. Moms and partners lean on what they have heard and what they have seen from other births in order to inform them. But that is not necessarily accurate. How much do you really know about birth? Chances are you have either seen, heard, or experienced birth from an extreme side of the spectrum. Whether that means you have seen the screaming, yelling woman in the hospital, or you have been her, or that iconic scene from Keeping Up with the Kardashians where Kourtney reached down and grabbed the baby herself. As a doula and creator of Air Bloom Birth Boxes, I aim to demystify birth and recovery, giving ownership of the experience back to the new mom. With the birth boxes, I take the guesswork out of gift giving. While these are primarily sold on Etsy, they can be purchased by the mom herself, or they can be purchased by family and friends. With this in mind, I want to make sure that family and friends know exactly what they're getting. So the way it's presented on Etsy, they're going to see what they get. They're going to know it. And they will also know that all the items within the box were hand-selected by those who are seen as experts in the field: new moms, doulas, and registered nurses. So inside the box, we address the common concerns for postpartum, which is our first box. During postpartum, a lot of new moms are stressed. They are worried about scar healing. They have a lot of anxiety about, am I doing this right? Or they're Googling, is this supposed to happen? And they also have chopped nipples. So in postpartum box, I want to make sure that we address the concerns that are not widely talked about. So every item in the box, I want to make sure that I point out has a 1.5 year shelf life. And it also works for whether you've had a belly birth or you've had a vaginal birth. So the first item in the postpartum box is candles. The candles are going to have on-brand names. For example, we have one candle that is called Mamacita. Mamacita is going to be coconut and eucalyptus. Aim for stressing, releasing stress, but also reminding you that you got this, you own this, making you take an escape. So it's going to be island scented. The second item we have is a Patsicle jelly. Patsicle jelly is normally used to help soothe the tissue after birth if you've had a vaginal delivery, but also if you had a C-section, it can also heal that scar as well 6 weeks after. This is widely used, but in this option with the lathering stick, it promotes that pampering aspect that a lot of new moms crave. Next, we will have cards that are personalized by the sender, and it also comes with a discounted Q&A virtual meeting with a doula, which will be me. With the personalized option, this makes it known that this gift came from someone to you. It's not just from the internet, like, oh, here you go, I saw this on sale, here you have it. No, the box is made sure that these moms know that they have a support team. The next item that's in the postpartum box specifically is traditional Haitian herb afterbirth bath tea. This bath tea has been used for centuries in my home as well, for my cousins, and then also my mom. It is full of herbs that are particular and special for healing and closing that scar and the cervix, calming the mom down. And lastly, we have nipple balm for those chopped nipples. What I want to point out is that boxes on Etsy sell for about $90 to $125. During a review, each box had this in common. They were thoughtful. There was a choice of candle scent, personal message on stationery. It was also gram worthy. So these boxes are bright aesthetics. There's a quote on the interior, and it's a stuffed layout, unboxing satisfaction. My box is also going to do the same. But what also makes my box unique is that it's unassuming. We don't want to assume that all moms give a vaginal birth. There's also belly birth. So all the products have duality. When I looked at my wholesale prices, it came out to be that each box costs $20.64. This is an example layout of what it will look like on Etsy. However, the postpartum box is not my only idea. I'm going to be using that money to funnel and go into a box for every trimester. So the next box will be the prenatal box. And from that postpartum box, we have increased our social media followers, the doula service.
That's 5 minutes, Kanisha.
Okay. Thank you. Well, if I still have time, let me just go back real quick. So what I also want to say is that with the postpartum boxes, it's going to be able to funnel into these other channels. So it's not just a one-trick pony. I want to make sure that these moms know that they have a support team, especially now during COVID. As a full spectrum doula, I have seen and I have heard from my clients that they require and they crave that attention, that in-person connection. However, without in-person connection, my boxes can help make up for that, knowing that these boxes are personalized for each mother that purchases them.
All right. Thank you, Kanisha. Todd?
Thank you, Kanisha. Let's go on to the judges and see if we have some questions.
Just a reminder to unmute yourself when speaking.
Kanisha, this is Maya Dernova. What are you proposing to sell these for? For how much?
Oh, thank you. I'm willing to sell these for between $60 and $90. I am going to be doing watching inventory at the same time, so we're going to settle on a price as we see how it goes.
Thank you.
That was my question.
All right. Do we have any other questions?
I thought you did a very good job of presenting it. A little feedback here. You know, you gave a good pitch verbally.
Thanks.
Yes, very, very good presentation, very good projection.
Thank you.
Any other questions from our judges? All right, Rob, to the next contestant.
Sure. Joe, you got the presenter ball here.
Very good. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. I'm clicking the share content, but nothing is happening. Have you shifted the presentation?
Not yet.
Joe, I confirm
Just know when you.
the presenter ball on you. Yep.
Okay, I see it now. Very
right.
good.
When you're ready, Joe, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and begin.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Joe Carpenter, and a good working day to you all. But maybe it's not a working day for you. Maybe it's not a working day for not just you or me. Maybe for others too. Maybe hundreds, thousands, or millions of others in our city, in our state that are not working right now. At this very moment, millions of Texans do not have enough work to pay their bills. And this is just the folks that are registered for unemployment and asked for help. This doesn't account for the folks that are not on the rolls. This is where we need some service. Let me get my cursor in the right place, my mistake. This is the time to turn spare times into spare dimes. Houston, we do have a problem. The problem is that there's minimum employment and Houstonians need to work. We want reemployment and self-employment. Another problem is maximum engagement. How do we get more people fully engaged? How do we engage a neighbor? Maybe a neighbor wants to help with another neighbor, but how do we do that? This is also a chart of unemployment right now in the state of Texas as of May 2020. This is not a very good chart. What is the answer? Service. With Shark style, of course. Envision the trusted share economy e-platform that addresses societal needs of work and purpose to alleviate poverty, and empowers neighbors helping neighbors, allows people to share, discover, and solve local needs, and provides economic advancement and full participation for us all. Here are some storyboards on how this would work from the perspective of a service provider. Folks are sitting at home, they're wondering about their bills in the background, their mortgages, how do we pay these things? And they decide to post their abilities on Service, a website that is a very friendly environment for folks to help others. Then on the third frame, we have someone that is actually a service provider that can find their work. I'll take it back. That's a customer, my mistake. They're looking at the date of the 25th on Monday, and they would like service providers to come and help them. The next frame are those service providers showing up to help. Now, from the customer perspective, they're at home and they want something done at their house. They pull out their phone, they pull up the service app, and they find the service provider above. They contract for them to do the service at their home, and then there are peer reviews. And so the answer is service that engages human capital. It leverages skills and time, provides a service to another person's wants and needs. You may be familiar with this, like Airbnb and Uber. This fulfills the shop local eco-conscience, provides fast response time, and neighbors helping neighbors provides familiarity and confidence. I'm going to go quickly through this slide because the time is limited, but I just want to point out that the service provider can say where they want to work, and the customer can say where they want their service provider to come from. Thus, you can choose someone in your neighborhood, town, city, or state, or even country, depending on how the app is set up, to come and assist you with your needs. I also want to add that service means guardian in Latin, and it also means hello in German. This provides a unique value proposition in that it enables people to engage in the gig economy. As you can see from the graphic, someone with an ability, such as the ability to turn a wrench or a screwdriver, can then do work. That work promotes confidence, and that confidence and work provide income, which then again provides feedback to giving more service. This is how we can help our friends and neighbors in the currently unprecedented economic situation. I hit a wrong button. Okay. Here are those service financials. Millions would be able to make dimes out of their spare times. And how do we get customers? Well, most importantly, we give them money back. The initial offer would be $50 off the first service order. And then if there are referrals, they get $25 per referral. And this is on both sides. This is the consumer, the customer, as well as the service provider. Completed orders would be paid weekly. Of course, providers want to get paid quickly. And it would be paid either via debit card or direct deposit. This way, it's available to folks that might not have financial means of a bank account.
That's 5 minutes, Joe.
Oh, very good. So it would be registered, patented. Here is a picture of an app. It would be on the online stores. And there you are, Sharks. We are at your service. My name is Joe Carpenter, and I am here to help everyone. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Joe. And judges, do we have any questions for Joe and service?
Yes, this is Maya. So, Joe, it's an interesting idea. How do you respond to the issue of quality?
Well, actually, the quality is via a feedback loop, much as a review system. Before you contract with a service provider, you would be able to look at prior work. You would be able to even see perhaps the photos that have been shared through the app. Additionally, we will have a $1 million insurance policy. Now that will protect both the consumer and the service provider. Meaning, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Meaning that, let's say that you have a service provider come to your home. They might slip and fall. Very big concern for everybody. The $1 million insurance policy would cover the customer. Now, let's say that the service provider goes to a work site, and the work is non-satisfactory, or there's something wrong with how the customer put in the request. So then the $1 million insurance policy would also protect the service provider as well, and the homeowner.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Judges, any other questions for Joe?
Joe, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
It goes into actual verification of skills, licensing, as well as cost. If you remember Angie's List, also Home Depot also had a program along this line, and so did HDTV. The problem was there were a lot of people who did work. It initially looked good for a few months, and then all of a sudden, the discovery of substandard parts, equipment, and everything came into play. Same thing happened all over Houston right after Hurricane Ike and its last hurricane. So you still had roofs that were worked on and the work was subpar, but initially it looked fine. How do you follow with that? As well as the estimates prior to people coming out and doing the work, because a lot of that stuff sometimes is insurance based and they don't want to pay immediately up front. They want to pay after they have it inspected.
Yes, very good questions, Mr. Hubbard. Thank you for asking that. That assists me to address more information. So as far as the work quality, there is the review system in which you can see prior work. Now, as far as the licensing, I think that's a very good point. So service providers will have the ability to indicate that they are licensed by the state of Texas. And we will also be requesting those credentials when they register with the site. So a service provider may be your next door neighbor that wants to mow lawns in the neighborhood. Of course, there's not a Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation lawn care requirement. Now, if they're an electrician, of course, there is a TDLR requirement for being a licensed electrician. And so in that situation, an electrician, an industry such as a regulated industry, we would have the service provider submit their qualifications and we would verify that with the state of Texas. The second part of your question, which is to do with my apologies. If you could please repeat the second question.
I was concerned with costs as far as, you know, prior to coming out and doing the services. For instance, they could take a picture or a video of the work they want done. And as you stated, perhaps they want someone who's not in the area, then driving a long way to do the work. And what they saw is more in depth than what you know, previously by, you know, estimated at.
Yes, very good. And thank you for reframing that question. You are correct, 100%. And I didn't get a chance. Obviously, 5 minutes goes very quickly when you're making a presentation. In the storyboards, there is actually a part where the consumer can actually go to. Are you still there? Ravi, did you just take the video? Oh,
You're
okay.
still good. Go ahead.
There is the ability, it's a two-way communication tool, of course. And so that allows the consumer to go to the location where they want the work done, the service done. And they can take pictures, they can take video, they can take voice dictation, send a voicemail, all through the app so that we can see that the communication is going back and forth. And more importantly, after the work is done, the consumer can show photos and share that information on the tool, not only with service, us, but also through a review in which they can show what the before and after work look like. And so, yes, you have a very good question. And through the actual app, the consumer can show what they want, they can describe what they want in words, but more importantly, in both photos and videos, those are worth thousands, if not millions of words, such that the service provider can look at that information, make a quote remotely, which gets back to the eco-friendly nature of this device or this application. And then they can also ask follow-up questions with the customer so that before they even arrive on site at the location, there is a wealth of knowledge and even photos and audio and video that can corroborate that the work and the quote both meet together. Does that answer your question, sir? Mr. Hubbard, are you still there?
Yes, I am. That answered it just fine.
Very good, very good. Thank you, sir.
All right, do we have time for any more questions?
Nope, that's time.
All right. Robbie, let's go to the next one. Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
All right, Joshua, you've got the presenter ball.
All right, Joshua, I'm going to count you off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin.
Hello, my name is Joshua Porter, and I am an incoming HCC student. The product that I am presenting to you today is the Air Bedpan system. And this was originally a project that I worked on with my father, Daryl Porter, who is an ICU nurse at the liver and kidney transplant unit at Memorial Hermann. This product was designed to solve a major problem in hospitals and homes with immobile family members. That is, the bedpan. To begin, I would like you to imagine that you are in the hospital for a serious illness, but all of a sudden you feel the need to go to the bathroom. Quickly, you press the call light and tell the nurse, I need to use the bathroom. The nurse arrives in your room and tells you those dreaded words. It's not safe for you to get up. You have to use the bed. Heartbroken, you think to yourself, no! Unfortunately, the pain of a hard bedpan is an experience that thousands of bedbound patients have to go through. These poor patients are forced to relieve themselves in a completely flat and unnatural position, which causes skin damage, spills, and pain. In fact, many patients simply refuse to use the undignified hard plastic bedpan. And bedpans are one of the most complained about items in the hospital. I'd like to emphasize that the #1 reason for falls in the hospital is due to patients trying to go to the bathroom. Also, the number of patients that may not be able to use a traditional toilet are much greater than you might realize. They include patients who are experiencing strokes, bone fractures, ventilator intubation, back surgery, head injury, high or low blood pressure, wounds, amputations, paralysis, pain, and age-related weakness. And remember, these conditions apply to thousands of patients, both at home and in the hospital. For example, years ago, my father, who is the nurse that I talked about earlier, told my grandmother to go to the bathroom on herself since he could not pick her up. There are many people around the world who are unable to use the bathroom regularly, both in hospitals and at home. However, the air bedpan system is an innovative solution to solve all of these problems. The air bedpan system is an innovative inflatable bedpan system that allows bedbound patients to relieve themselves in a natural position. With the soft toilet cushion, patients will not experience the skin damage after using the dreaded hard plastic bedpan. Yellow hand straps and safety belt will also be used for stability and safety. Now, here is how it works. The nurse or caretaker would log roll the patient onto the deflated mattress. Next, patients would hold on to the safety straps while the mattress would inflate. And next, the nurse or caretaker would place the collection device in the chamber inside the system that is not visible. It would be on the other side of the system on this picture. And the head of the bed is elevated in
1 minute.
or even with pillows as tolerated. Finally, the patient is able to void and defecate without pain, without the pain that goes along with the hard plastic bedpan. This will be the end of the undignified and outdated bedpan that we use in hospitals today. Therefore, I ask you to help me provide patients access to a way to relieve themselves without discomfort so they can say, finally, no more hard pan. I thank you for your time.
All right, thank you, Joshua. Do we have any questions from our judges?
Yes, I have a question. I wanted to know if you are going to sell this through medical supply stores, just to hospitals, or how would you sell them to people at home? What's your way of getting this into the market?
Yes, this could be put on the market through retail and through medical supply stores such as Alibaba. And when it's in the supply stores in the medical chain, then it will be easier for it to trickle down into commercial use. And also for retail, it will be sold on retail with regular advertisements. Thank you for your question.
Any other questions for Joshua?
Hi, this is Amy Tan, and I'm just curious, how long does it take to inflate?
It would take just a couple of seconds. It would be like a traditional air mattress, so it would inflate in 10 to 15 seconds.
So would it come with its own compressor, or would
Yeah.
that be a separate purchase item?
Yes, it would come with its own pump to inflate the mattress. Yes.
Any other questions for Joshua? All right, no other questions. Robbie, you want to move to the next one? Thank you, Joshua.
No problem.
Okay, Vitalis, you've got the presenter ball.
All right, Vitalis, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin.
Hello, everyone. My name is Vitalis Estala. I'm a student here at HCC, Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. And I'm going to be talking to you today about accent genius. They say that first impression matters. Lasting impression matters as well. And lasting impression is the impression you start building throughout a conversation, and the impression you leave when the conversation is ended. How are you today is a simple and trivial question to someone who does not need to worry about how they sound, but to someone who knows and have heard that they have an accent. How are you today becomes a burdensome question, which is filled with a weight of uncertainties, because they know that they are going to be judged on what they say and how they say it. If you were born in North America and you are addressing an audience, a foreign audience, to them you have an accent. Likewise, if you were born abroad and you are addressing a North American audience, even though you might be speaking in English, to them you do have an accent. So you see, an accent is a matter of where you were born or where you grew up. Now, imagine for a moment being in a room full of people from all over the world. In that room, when someone speaks, everyone in the room understands clearly and at once what the other person was saying. I want you to hold that thought for a second to hear my story. The other day, I came home from work, and my 2-year-old, who's about to turn 3 in 4 days, she asked me, "Daddy, do you want to be a clown?" And I said, "No, I don't want to be a clown." And she was disappointed. And then my 7-year-old stepped up and said, "Daddy, she's asking you, do you want to wear a crown?" And I said, "Oh, yes, I do want to wear a crown, because that way I will be a king. Please bring me the crown and I'll wear it." See, children understand each other very clearly, even when there is an accent. Now, let's come back to the idea of being in a room full of people. Wouldn't it be an ideal situation to be in a room like that? Everyone can understand each other like children understand each other? That would be an ideal situation. Now, this is what Accent Genius is proposing. Accent Genius is an application that will improve the sound of our speech. It will work with our smartphone. When you download the app, you set it to connect with your Bluetooth, to the point that when you speak over the phone, or you can just use your Bluetooth earplug, and when you speak in a conversation or a conference, even when you have an accent, you just set it, suppose that you are talking to a North American audience, you just set it to North American English. I know there are different intonations, different dialects, but a standard accent will be set for this app. If you are talking to a Russian audience, you set your accent, and if you speak Russian, you set your accent to the standard Russian language. And when you speak, everyone understands clearly what you say. Now, this is not a speech therapy application. This will only use the sound that you project. It will not create any new vocabulary. It will use your words, the sound of your voice, and transform it to the listener's possibility of understanding what you're saying. This is not to hide our identity or national origin. This is just to improve the quality of our communication. This is the time to improve our communication. This is the time to improve our communities. This is the time to improve business, education, such as teacher can use this app and their students will easily understand what they say, even when they have an accent. Thank you so much, and I'm ready for your questions.
I thank you. Judges, do we have any questions?
Yes, I have one. How does it work?
How does it work?
What technology makes this work without an accent?
Yes, we connect to smartphones. Like we said, you download the app, and the app has the ability to connect to your Bluetooth. And when you speak, the app has the ability to take your sound and transform it to the language that you initially said.
Any other questions, judges?
Would this be free to download on the App Store, or would you charge for this? How do you make money at this?
We would actually charge because it's business based. It would be $12 a year, which is basically $1 a month. So someone has a 30-day trial period where they can download the app and they will have to pay nothing upfront, and they will use the app and see if the quality is what they expect. Then they can pay after 30 days.
Judges, any other questions for Vitalis? All right, if we have no other questions, thank you, Vitalis.
Thank you.
Robbie, do we have our next contestant ready?
All right, Mac, you have the presenter ball.
Okay.
All right, Mac. You are ready. I'm going to count you off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is time begin.
Hello, I'm Mac Woods, HCC Management Technology Super Student. Make sure you guys watch my commercial too on YouTube. Meet HCC Student Mac. I am the founder of Petite Estates, where those over 50 can right-size to luxury, or as a starter home, realize the American dream. Petite Estates is your perfect home. And make sure you subscribe to Old Chicks Making Houses, and you can watch us have fun making the houses. And Oprah or Tyler Perry, if you're watching, Old Chicks Making Houses would be a #1 show. And of course, when I go to the construction site, I have to be a cutie pie and add bling to everything. So Petite Estates, how did we get here? Well, my sons went off to college and they're living their best life. They only come home really about once a year. Well, one said he came home like 2 times a year. But needless to say, everything is bigger in Texas, but then the house becomes too big. there were 6 unused rooms. And the biggest reason a lot of people don't like to right size, formerly downsize, is because they don't want to live in an apartment. So at present, I'm in an apartment because there was nowhere to go. So I enrolled in HCC, Construction Management and Technology, and I designed the perfect house. So to right size to luxury for those over 50, the exciting features are petite estates is under 100,000. Of course, that varies by region. This is basically Texas. And there's 2 of everything. There's 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2 living rooms, and 2 kitchens. Clean energy, solar panels, tankless water heaters, all the modern technology. There's a home elevator for those who really can't go upstairs anymore, but have lived in 2 stories for decades. A balcony, a walk-in shower, and safety and accessibility features. Now, when you're downsizing and you're planning, you can pay cash for petite estates with the equity from your current home. And downsizing takes about a year to sort through all your things, donate, sell, so you have to have a plan, which will include on the Petite Estates website. And as a bonus, in the future, your children will appreciate that they didn't have to sort through decades of your stuff. Well, it's junk, really. As a starter home, realize the American dream. So once again, Petite Estates is under 100,000, 2 of everything, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2 living rooms, clean energy, a balcony, soundproof interior, and contemporary design. So as your first home, think of this as your investment. It's roommate friendly. So if you need extra income, you could really live on 1 floor and rent out the 2nd floor. And that's because so many millennials have roommates, so this is perfect for them. And it's excellent for first-time buyers. And there are also home expansion options if you need a home for the nuclear family. So, Petite Estates, live your best life now in your perfect home.
All right, thank you, Matt. Let's go ahead and see if our judges have any questions.
Hold on, let me find my screen again.
Does it come with solar panels on the roof?
I don't put anything on the roof. There's a utility box, a utility room in the back of the house, because I don't know if you've ever had like a solar, not a solar, the cable screen on top of your house, it makes it leak. So I don't want anything on the roof. So there's going to be a utility house in the back that houses the water heaters, water tanks, and the solar panels go on the back on the utility house, or the utility room. I hate anything on the roof. And it's hard to repair if you put something on a roof. And since it's designed for people over 50, we don't want you trying to get on a roof. I'm not trying to get on a roof. I'm too old for that.
Judges, any more questions for Mac?
Hi, Mac. This is Amy Tan. Thanks for your presentation.
You're welcome.
So do you have, do you have to have property? Do you already have to have a plot of land, or do you have some plots sort of picked out for these?
Okay, so there's different options where actually land prices are going down. So either I could purchase the land and then put a sign and kind of pre-sell the house, or someone owns land and they could have it built on the house. This is also good for an accessory dwelling unit, which means that people who own their main house are putting these in the backyard, kind of like a guest house or a granny flat, because the utilities are already there. All the infrastructure is there. So it depends.
All right, thanks, Mac. Any more questions for Mac, judges? If not, we appreciate your presentation, Mac. And Robbie, are we ready for the next contestant? The last one for the day.
All right, David, you have the presenter ball.
Hello, David. So I'm going to count you off. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin time.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Davis Elford, and I'm a real estate student at HCC. Real quickly before I start, I would like to thank everyone from HCC for the opportunity to not only be a student, but for encouraging entrepreneurship and for the opportunity to present my ideas on you guys' platform. So thank you guys. So I'm here to pitch my company. It's called William Michelle Candles, a clean candle company. Real quickly, I'm going to give you guys a background. William Michelle Candles began in 2017 when my partner / wife and I decided we wanted to design a culturally impactful all-natural soy wax candle. Since our inception, every candle we have produced has used all-natural soy wax, free from harmful petroleum-based ingredients such as zinc, toluene, and benzene that are common in mass-produced store-bought candles. Recently, our focus has turned to increasing the efficiency of the burn time by improving the capillary attraction process of the wick. Our vision is to contribute to the marketplace by creating innovative, handmade products that will produce a great and helpful experience. We plan on being the leading organic candle company in the region and eventually increasing our capacity and manufacturing process to compete on the national level. Real quickly, you guys, do you guys know that the majority of candle companies use petroleum-based ingredients that may release hazardous chemicals in the air that you breathe? These chemicals have been linked to asthma symptoms and even cancer. These hazardous ingredients include zinc, benzene, synthetic fragrance oils, and volatile organic compounds. For someone who enjoys the experience of scented candles, simply lighting one candle every day for years can put you at risk of developing health challenges. Throughout America, there's been a subtle movement to get away from synthetic mass-produced products and support more organic products. 1 in 3 consumers prefer eco-friendly options. 35% of consumers are willing to pay more for organic products. Consumers are opening their wallets for greener products, you guys. This is the objective of William Michelle Candles, to create the best organic soy wax candle company based here in Houston, Texas. Our candles can burn in excess of 24 hours and are free of the harmful petroleum-based chemicals. Currently, we offer multiple handcrafted candles, including special edition candles to commemorate historic events in America, in addition to targeting the eco-friendly market. These are some quick stats of my company. Right now, our profit margins sit at about 49%. We have organic craftsmanship labeling. I make the labels myself. I refine the soy wax myself. Currently, our candles have a 24-hour burn time on our 8-ounce candles, and that's 25% higher than preferring candles. Now, those numbers are based on just experiments that I've done myself, going to Walmart and going to Target and buying one of those candles and burning it on side of one of my candles. Currently, we have an 80-20 distribution, 80% online, and 20% face-to-face before the whole COVID-19 situation started. And those face-to-face transactions are pretty much pop-up shops around Houston. This city is great at having or hosting little events where local entrepreneurs can sell products. Currently, my capacity is 1 hour to make 6 candles, which is pretty slow. Since our inception, our focus has been on improving the critical component of the candle, which is the wicking system. A candle wick works by conveying fuel, which is the melted liquid, up to the flame. What we have done is make strides in developing an innovative wicking system by sourcing premium cotton wicks. For example, when candles are melted, capillary attraction happens, which is the process of the liquid being poured up to the flame. Our R&D has focused on improving that chemical reaction by improving the vaporized hydrocarbons and the oxygen in the air by increasing the density of the liquid in the candle. Pretty much is what I'm saying is I'm adding carbon compounds or carbon components to my candle mix. Our main objective for the HCC Pitch Scholarship is to improve our technology and to capitalize on the current trends of health-conscious consumers. We're looking to develop
That's 5
and patent
minutes,
the process
Davis.
for manufacturing the most helpful candle burning experience by using premium, all-natural ingredients. Additionally, we'll eliminate all harmful ingredients and improve the dispersing of scent. Second, we would like to increase our capacity by investing in equipment that can increase our production time, specifically by improving production from 6 candles per hour to 30 candles per hour. And lastly, I would like to increase my profit margins by buying ingredients in bulk. Feel free to check out my candles online. I have a website here. It's williammichelbrand.com. I am on social media. Check me out at William Michel Brand and on Facebook at William Michel Brand. And although there are millions of candle companies throughout the country and then throughout the world, I believe with HCC support, William Michel can break through the crowd and light up the industry. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you, Davis. Let's see if our judges have any questions for you. Any questions from our judges?
I've got one. What flavors do your candles come in?
So I have what I call a signature line, which is the first 4 candles that I released. So it's Venice, Monterey Dreams, Black Sea Wolves, and the last one was Brazewood. And that's pretty much the names of the candles, but the scent is vanilla, which is very popular. My Black Sea Wolves candle is this masculine smell that mostly women buy, and that surprised me. Because again, my wife is my partner. She made this really, really delicate orchid lavender candle that we named Monterey Dreams. And I wanted to combat that with a very, very sandalwood masculine smell. But that candle does the best for itself. And it's really women buying the man smelling candle, which surprised me. Right now, I have 4 candles that I released in my season 3 collection. The names are St. Mark, that I named behind the city in Haiti, Havana, which I named behind the city in Cuba, Montego Bay, which is in Jamaica, and Casablanca, which is in Monaco, Africa. And my inspiration is pretty much history. I'm always reading about land. I'm a real estate student, and I was kind of inspired by the Caribbean. Those scents are doing very, very well. I wish I can really go into depth about the scents because it's such a mixture. The popular one now is the Havana candle, and that's a peach honey blend. I have one lit right now, and my living room smells amazing. So thank you for that question.
Yeah, too bad it's not smell-o-vision, right?
One day, by 2025, we should have smell-o-vision. I did a lot of company meetings and everybody was drinking coffee, and I feel like at 8 o'clock I need the smell of coffee to become productive. It's just me. It's one of my triggers. So hopefully we can get smell-o-vision by 2030.
All right. Thanks, Davis. Any other questions for Davis? All right. Well,
All right,
thank
you guys.
you. We appreciate
Thanks again
it.
for the opportunity, you guys. You guys take care and stay safe.
All right. So, Robbie, we've gone through the finalists, and we're going to go ahead and allow the judges to start their scoring. They'll have 15 minutes to do that. And Robbie, you want me to go ahead and just maybe ask a few questions to the students and see if we can get some answers from them?
Please do.
All right, so we're going to go through the line here. I've got a few questions for students here. We'll just start from the beginning. We'll go back to Louisa. Louisa, are you still there? Louisa, can you hear me? Looks like she may have stepped away. All right. She's gone away. So, Dozy, are you still there?
Yes, Mr. Duplantis, I'm here.
All right, Dozy. question for you. What was your greatest takeaway from this competition?
My greatest takeaway from this competition is that even though we have this COVID-19 crisis and pandemic going on, we still have students that are looking into the future to innovate. You know, they want people to get their hands on things in a fashion that, you know, kind of fits what's going on around the nation and around the world. So I'm taking away that innovation is still something that's going to move us forward in a time like this. So that's one of my biggest takeaways.
All right. Thank you, Dozy. Good answer there. Let's see. We got next, Kanisha. Are you still there?
Here.
Hi, Kanisha. So the question I'm going to ask you is, what would you tell those who may be competing in the future? What tips would you give them?
One thing I learned early on is that it's important not to hold your ideas to yourself. A lot of people are unsure or feel unsafe. Oh, should I share this idea? They might take it. But greatness doesn't happen in a vacuum. And one thing that helped me was sharing my idea loud and sharing it often so that I can hear from other people who may not be my direct audience, but it helped inform my product and people who are likely going to become buyers, regardless of their gender or their birthing background.
All right. Thank you. Looks like we have Louisa back. So we're going to go back to the top and then we'll move along. Louisa, are you there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. These are bonus questions, bonus rounds while our judges are scoring. So these have nothing to do with the competition. We're just asking some questions for the students. And this, of course, is being recorded, but it won't affect your scores. The judges are scoring right now. How did you enjoy this competition? What was your, I'll ask you, how did you enjoy it? And what was your takeaway?
But I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, well, I wanted to thank you guys for letting me show my passion and what I'm in love with, because I am in the fashion background. I grew up selling even when I was 2 years old, and I'm not even joking and I'm not exaggerating. And my mom has been in the fashion industry for God knows for how long. So, and I'm glad that the fashion industry and we can do something to the population regarding our expertise. And I love selling. Selling is also one of my expertise. So to pitch and to sell is what I love. And for all of those that are listening, if you go ahead and follow me on Instagram, I will ship you a free multi-mask. I'm under Luisa Fernanda Nadaraja. So look me up on Instagram and I'll ship you a free mask.
Well, we're going to take you up on that. And while we're giving plugs here I'm going to go ahead and just give a plug for our morning show for HCC. If you didn't know, we do a half-hour morning show every Monday through Friday on Facebook Live. We encourage you to go like our Houston Community College District Facebook page and join us at 10 a.m. every morning for Up to the Minute. It's a half-hour live show, and we feature HCC students, programs, and all types of things. So I want to make sure everybody here joins us Monday morning. We're going to have a great show lined up. All right. Thank you. I think we're moving on to Joe next. All right, Joe, question for you. Do you think the quarantine has caused people to become more innovative or creative, and why?
Well, right offhand, Todd, thank you very much for the question. And of course, you know, necessity is the mother of invention. And so there are interesting things that are going on in the economy right now that wouldn't be happening otherwise. People are exercising a lot more. People are just getting out and seeing their neighbors, even though socially distanced. They're out in the neighborhood, walking down the street, walking to the park. I think the overall dynamic of it has caused us to, as a society, rethink what we consider as normal. Normal before might meant going to Paris for a vacation, let's say. But instead, we're actually in America, we're spending locally, we're enjoying locally, and we're not overlooking the fortunate thing in the local area, such as, you know, Houston has some great parks. Houston has a lot of potential, a lot of international feel, in fact, so you can still enjoy life even though you're not really getting out of the country. But as far as this presentation, I think COVID has been the mother of necessity, like we said. I think we're looking at things in different ways, such as the ability of apps to change our lives. the ability of apps to give us the services that we didn't have previously. Technology has fortunately advanced to the point at which we can oftentimes live much of our life without necessarily congregating, which in a way is a little bit antisocial, but at the same time, it encourages additional social skills, such as helping out our neighbors along the way. I think that we can, as a society, get stronger by strengthening our core abilities. The HCC Shark Tank is allowing at least the students that have competed in this to hone their skills, to sharpen their skills, to look at things in new eyes with new perspectives. I often say that you know, we don't learn things when things are easy. We learn a lot when things are challenges. And right now we're all facing a challenge, and I'll even acknowledge, you know, this presentation was a challenge. It's a huge public speaking fear, but as far as fear, that's false evidence appearing real. And right now we have a lot of opportunities to re-examine our lives and our social networks, and how those can be part of our futures together, and how we can help each other along the way, especially with technology apps such as Service, which can
there you go.
bring us all together to help one another and empower communities, and also allow us to help folks that have been unemployed, unfortunately. So we're here to help, and we enjoy it, and we look forward to being of assistance. Thank you.
Thanks, Joe. All right. So these, once again, if you just joined us, we're just doing some bonus questions. All of our students have done their pitch. The judges are scoring right now, and they're going to be returning in a few moments. But we wanted to ask the students a few questions. Joshua Porter, are you there right now?
Yes, I am.
All right, Joshua, I'm going to ask you, what advice would you give someone who's going to compete in this next semester?
My advice for competing in the next semester, and just in general for life, is to reuse your ideas that you have available to you. So this idea of the air bedpan system that I had, my dad and I worked on this 4 years ago, and it kind of went dormant. And so I'd be glad if this, I'm glad that I presented this today, so that hopefully other people can look at that idea and see that as a good idea, and hopefully we can move on with the idea and advance it and forward it to the next step.
All right, Joshua, thank you, and good luck to you, and of course, all the contestants. All right, Vitalis, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, so the question I have for you, what was your takeaway from this competition?
Well, again, first of all, I thank HCC for giving me the opportunity to present my idea today, because, you know, have your ideas in your mind, you don't have the opportunity to share and have a feedback. Usually my audience at home is my wife and my children, and sometimes I exasperate them with my new ideas all the time. So this is actually a recognition that, hey, maybe I have something here. Maybe my ideas can mean something to someone. Again, my family supports me all the way. We just don't have that platform, you know, to put forth or implement ideas that I have. So this is a good opportunity. My takeaway here today is that do not neglect what you have. Use what you have. Start with what you have. Do not dream of doing something impossible. Use what you have. If you have an idea, hey, talk about it, present it. You never know.
All right, thank you, and good luck to you as well.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to next move on to Mac. Mac, I've got a question for you. You there?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm here.
Have you gone out on the freeway and stood in front of your sign and had somebody take a picture of you in front of it?
It's on my website. It's called Cutie Pie in the Sky. And I actually play that song. So go to Old Chicks Making Houses. You're going to see Cutie Pie. You're the reason why. So yeah, it's on Old Chicks Making Houses on YouTube.
Yeah, well, I've
Oprah, Tyler, once again, if you're listening, Oprah and Tyler, Old Chicks Making Houses will be a #1 show.
Well, you know, we actually thought about doing something with you at HCC. I think it would just cost us too much money to come up with all the materials to do something for HCC TV. So I'm with you with the Tyler Perry thing. We're all with you there. So,
And I'm surprised you haven't invited me to be on the show.
well, we'll work on that.
Right.
We'll work on that as well. Yeah, we'll work on that as well. But we appreciate you joining us. What I want to ask you now, though, is let's go with the same question. What advice would you give someone who's going to do this next semester?
Have confidence, compete, get motivated, and just do your best. Live your best life. Try your best.
All right. Mac,
because a lot of people are intimidated by speaking. So do your best. Keep trying and you'll get better at it.
well, good luck on your show and let us know how that goes. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mac. All right. We're going to move on to our final one. Davis, question for you. Let's go with what was your greatest takeaway from doing your presentation today?
I love to see HCC students try to come up with new business ideas. I think that's what's going to push the country forward. I think it is our time to shine. I mean, we're taking ideas that are, let's say they're 100 years old, or they're the previous generation, like a hard bedpan. Or I work for HCC. I understand how international the school is. So I would love an app that I can communicate with kids that are coming from Nigeria, because we do have an accent barrier. The kids that I know that are coming from Venezuela, because we have an accent barrier, my Spanish is kind of basic and their English is kind of basic. So I'd love to see it, you guys. Mac, I would love to link up with you, Mac. I am a real estate student, and I would love to see what you're constructing. I'm big into architecture, and I love what you're doing. I love the ideal of that. I love the ideal of downsizing. My grandmother lives in Cyprus, and her house is 2,400 square feet, and she's Basso. So I love that idea. I think there's a niche market there. But all of you guys, man, good job with everything. Continue to push it forward, even if the results aren't what you was looking for. All of you guys have something, and just continue to believe and have faith and keep pushing forward.
All right, judges, I just wanted to thank you for submitting your scores. We do have all of the judges submitting their scores. We're doing the tally and the background work, preparing the slides. There will be a quick break. We don't need a full, I think it'll be a 5-minute break. And let's make sure, Todd, whenever you call for the break, we can go ahead and take it. Let's just see if if his internet is still cooperating.
Oh, here we go. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, let's go ahead and take that break. I actually had my mute button on, so sorry about that. Let's go ahead and take a 5-minute break, play some music, and then we'll come back and we'll wrap things up. And we are back. I think we've got we're back. There we go. All right, Robbie, I think we're back. Are we ready for to announce our winners? Of the judges finished tallying their votes?
Todd, they have, and we are just getting the slides with the names updated.
Okay.
I think in about a few more seconds we'll be ready to go.
Okay.
We're also just making sure that we have just a 1 point difference between the first place and the second place. So we're just double making sure.
Well, we had a number of great. Everyone's presentation was great, and I know it was probably very tough for the judges to make their decision. And it shows you how close this competition is. 1 point separates it, so it's certainly a good thing for our contestants. You all did a wonderful job for the students, and make sure you let people know about this next semester as well. We'll be doing this. We're not sure if we're doing it virtually. We're hoping we're back in the building soon, and sooner rather than later, but that remains to be seen. But you've been watching the Shark Tank's Ideas Pitch Competition, Spring and Summer 2020. This is the virtual edition. I'm Todd Duplantis, and we're very pleased to be with you on this Saturday afternoon. All right, Robbie, we'll stand by and wait for you to release the slides and let us know which way to go here.
Yep, Todd, in about 10 seconds, you're going to see the slides updated, and it'll
okay.
Okay, so just hang tight.
And these will be the winners, correct?
So we're going to go backwards. So, of course, as you mentioned, everyone obviously won something just by participating.
Right.
So there's a slide right there that for everyone who participated. We'll start there.
There you go. All finalists will receive an HCC laptop and travel bag. Wow, those are pretty cool. I could use one of those myself. Hint, hint.
Did you compete?
No, I didn't, but I know everybody has a closet full of goodies when it comes to HCC stuff. Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. We've had those before made up, and they come in very handy, those laptop and travel bags.
Okay, yes, I say, yeah, HCC laptop travel bag, because it looks like it says laptop and travel bag. I'm like, oh my God.
It's a laptop and travel bag. Yeah.
It's one.
Yeah.
It's one.
I want to confirm that's the case.
But a laptop and travel bag, a bag that'll hold both, I assume.
Gotcha.
Is that right, Robbie?
That's right. Very nice heavy-duty bags with the HCC branding on them. So all finalists who competed will get one. We'll eventually ship them out to your homes. So just bear with us. But I wanted to that does come from the HCC Foundation and the Entrepreneurial Initiatives Office. So we want to thank our sponsors, the foundation, for providing us the funding to be able to buy this apparel with HCC brand on it. So with that slide, Todd, I am ready to move to the next slide, and we've got 2 honorable mentions followed by 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. Yeah.
All right. Honorable mentions up next. Waiting to see. Finalist number 8, Davis Alford, will receive a $250 scholarship. Congratulations, Davis. And our next finalist number 5, Joshua Porter, $250 scholarship. Congratulations, Joshua.
Okay, with that, here comes the top 3, backwards.
All right. And our third place, finalist number 4, Joe Carpenter, $500 scholarship. Congratulations, Joe.
Thank you all so much.
Welcome. All right, and we got the last two. Everybody ready? Finalist number 7, second place, Mac Woods, a $1,000 scholarship. Congratulations, Mac.
All right, drum roll, please.
Are we ready for the grand prize winner, or winner of first place for the HCC Shark Tank's Ideas Pitch Competition Spring and Summer 2020? Take it away, Robbie. First place grand prize winner, Luisa Nataraja, $1,500 scholarship. Congratulations, Luisa.
Congratulations, everybody. This is fantastic.
Yes, congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations.
Worked so hard.
Great ideas, by the way.
Yes.
Great
lots of
job,
wonderful ideas.
everyone. Yes, all our presenters, they were wonderful ideas. Congratulations, Louisa.
Yes, indeed, Louisa. Congratulations on being number 1. I bet your stock goes up now.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for believing and trusting in me. It means the world. People like you and people that buy and people that, you know, are behind the brand and the doers, the volunteers, everyone, they fuel me to make this brand more and more successful.
You go, girl.
Congratulations, Louisa.
Thank you.
All right. Congratulations, everyone, Louisa, and all of the contestants here today. You guys did all did a great job. I'm very impressed with the way you guys were presenting your products. You did a wonderful job. Everyone here today, we really appreciate it, and we thank you all for joining us. Robbie, that pretty much wraps things up, correct?
It does wrap it up. I just need to have the all finalists just hang around. We're gonna end the live stream. Finalists, I've got some instructions for you. You know, Todd, if you want to thank our judges for volunteering their Saturday.
Yeah, thanks to our judges for volunteering their Saturday. We've got let's get back to my list of judges here today. Dr. Amy Tan. I know you're going to be out running again today. Good luck with that. All right. Mr. Arlen Potts, thank you for being here today. Ms. Jean Perdue, we appreciate you being here from the foundation and representing the foundation and all that you guys do. Dr. Maya Dernovo, one of the busiest ladies I've had the pleasure of working with at HCC. She's always busy. She's the Chief Entrepreneurial Officer. Thank you for being here on the Saturday.
My pleasure. What fun.
All right. And Mr. Willard Hubbard. Will Hubbard, thanks for being here today. All right, Robbie, thank you. I appreciate y'all having me, and we'll see you again next time.
Remember, I'm giving away free masks. All you have to do is follow me on Instagram, and I'll ship you a mask.
All right, everyone. Thank you. And I'll see you Monday morning on Up to the Minute, 10 a.m. Facebook page, Houston Community College District. We'll see you then.
Thank you, Todd. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.